please, don't try anything that you're about to see us do at home. Ever.
On this episode of MythBusters,
Can you believe they let me in here?
Adam and Jamie go full throttle with speed camera myths.
123. Awesome.
They're taking it to the limit to see if there's any way to con the camera and avoid getting a ticket.
You got a ticket, buddy.
Clear. And Tori, Carrie, and Grant check if there's any truth that defibrillators can explode medical patches.
High explosives and electricity. Woo!
It's a real shocker. With vicious voltage and deadly detonation.
What?
Who are the MythBusters? Adam Savage.
Dangerous mind. Middle name.
And Jamie Heineman. Between them, over 30 years special effects experience. Joining them, Tori Belleci.
I miss you, buddy.
Carrie Byron.
Don't try what you're about to see at home.
And Grant Imahara.
I'm flipping as fast as I can.
They don't just tell the myths, they put them to the test.
We got a whole new batch of speed freak myths to test this time.
Yeah, like what?
Well, you remember back in Series 2, we ran through a whole gamut of tests to beat the police speed radar?
I remember it like it was only yesterday.
To beat the speed radar, the team tried every trick and then some.
This is gonna freak them out.
A reversed microwave magnetron, an aluminum foil-firing chaff gun, the stealth bomber matte black makeover, even a fully foil-wrapped caddy.
Foils and foils!
None of them were invisible to the radar. All of them were totally
Busted! I think if you're gonna get out of a ticket, short skirts and crying is still the way to go.
But batting your crybaby blues may only work if the law enforcement officer is human. It won't get you anywhere with a clicking cop. But do the pole-perching legal eagles catch all the fast movers? Can a speed camera ever be outstripped? Feeling the need for speed, viewers have sent in 3 mythical ways to beat the camera cop.
The first one is that you could beat the speed camera by driving so fast through it, it doesn't have time to take your picture.
Well, seems pretty straightforward. We get a speed camera, we get a car, and we just drive like heck.
Yeah, we do! Woo!
So, viewer myth number 1. You can beat the speed camera by driving so fast it can't see you? That'd be time to cue the souped-up supercar. But before we go high speed, Adam wants to test the theory in this car.
This is a perfect car for the test because while it may not be the fastest car on the block, it is definitely representative of a totally average American car. If this myth is at all true, it ought to be true for your average car.
Now, if you're worried about Adam and Jamie maxing out a very average car,
This is a pair of 5-point racing harnesses.
you're not alone.
Because we've got to drive it at such high speeds, the insurance company requires we put some safety measures into it, and that's what I'm about to do.
And so is Jamie. But how gas-axing a hole in the rear makes the car safer is anyone's guess.
Once a bumper goes back on it, it'll be fine. Nobody will know. Until they have a crash, but I won't tell them.
If this car can go half as fast as it's going in Adam's imagination,
Flip on the afterburner.
it should be able to beat the sound barrier, let alone a speed camera.
And I'm out!
You ready?
I'm totally ready. Let's go.
Let's go beat the speed camera.
Speed cameras work like sonar. They send out radar pulses. The time it takes for the pulse to come back to the sensor registers the speed of the vehicle. If it's over the limit, a signal sent to the camera to take a photo. The myth is, if you can drive faster than the pulses, it won't detect your vehicle.
We got to beat the speed camera. And the only place where we can shoot this is our favorite tarmac at Alameda Naval Base. It's about 1 3/4 of perfectly flat road. It's absolutely ideal for our purposes.
2 men, almost 2 miles of runway, 1 myth, 1 car, and no speed limit. It's just another day in MythBusters paradise. At least until it's time to meet the speedster's arch enemy, the speed camera, and the mastermind behind it.
Hi, Adam. Good to meet you, bud.
Adam Teuton's cameras have been the bane of every leadfoot's life since 1987.
Over the years, how many tickets have your systems issued?
I'd have to say millions.
Wow.
With millions of tickets under its belt, will Jamie at full throttle be fast enough to get in under the radar?
As usual, our biggest problem is not doing this particular stunt, but it's dealing with the insurance issues surrounding it. So we're going to have a safety person in the car with me. We're going to have a fire suit on and a helmet and the whole 9 yards, just in case we blow a tire and spin out and crash and burn and stuff like that.
Ah, Jamie, ever the optimist.
Based solely on my intuition and on any practical experience whatsoever, I estimate that we can get this car, or that Jamie can get this car, to just over 100 miles an hour. Is it enough to beat the speed camera? I suspect that it isn't, but I'm curious to find out.
Let's go fast.
Jamie's going to put the pedal to the metal while Adam tries to keep up in the safety car. The mustachioed maestro soon leaves Adam in his dust. But did he dust off the speed camera too?
Did you get him?
We got him.
What kind of speed did you get?
100 miles an hour.
100 miles an hour.
There he is.
Not bad. Oh, and you got his license plate too.
Let's see Jamie bat his crybaby blues now.
Well, how'd I do? Ticket or no ticket?
Oh, you got a ticket, you speeding scofflaw. We got you red-handed right here.
One picture says it all. Jamie's been booked fair and square.
Just for me, so we have a data set of more than one, which is always a goal on this show. Let's do it again.
Do I have to?
You do. Go.
How'd I do that time?
No faster.
It's like, there's not a whole lot of options here. It's like flat.
I don't know, old man. I mean, maybe you just don't have what it takes.
Them's fighting words, partner. Adam's hat seems to have given the dude some John Wayne, too.
In 3, 2, and here we go.
Adam's competitive streak's been triggered. The gauntlet's down, and so is his foot. Will he beat Jamie and the speed camera?
How did I do?
You did exactly the same as I did, for some strange reason. 100 miles an hour, and we got your picture.
We can't call it on the basis of this test alone. We need more power. We need a different car.
We need a real car.
Coming up on MythBusters,
That goes into your chest?
a shocking investigation. And Adam puts plate blockers up against the wall.
Okay, guys, I got a myth that's really gonna shock you because it's about defibrillators.
Okay, that's like in the EMT shows with the clear.
Yeah, but that's only half of it. It's also about nitroglycerin patches.
Nitroglycerin? That's explosive.
It's for heart patients, right?
Yeah. The myth is that if you're wearing a nitroglycerin patch and somebody defibrillates you, the patch will explode.
Electricity and explosives are not a good mix. But because nitroglycerin is a powerful medicine as well as a powerful explosive, they can get shockingly close. Nitroglycerin patches dilate arteries, increase blood flow, and when placed on the chest, relieve heart pain. But can these patches be detonated by the electricity from a defibrillator? It's true that these machines come with a warning to remove such patches before shocking a patient. But what happens if you don't? Well, first step in this explosive myth from the ER is to get a defibrillator. But already there's a problem.
Oh, wait a minute, who's gonna let us use their defibrillator? I mean, we break everything we touch.
Okay, let's borrow one, we'll characterize it, and then we'll make our own.
When you say we, do you mean you?
Yes.
Now, making a do-it-yourself defibrillator isn't all that hard. All you need is a degree in electrical engineering and a knowledge of just how vicious voltage is.
It's going to be, potentially, the most lethal thing I've ever built.
Grant's defibrillator will take AC power and boost it to more than 4,000 volts. The high voltage will then be stored in a capacitor, so that when it's triggered, it can instantly dump a heart-jumping charge into the patient's chest.
This thing, if it works, will definitely kill you.
We're making Frankenstein's laboratory.
While Grant deals with the diodes, Tori and Carrie make the electrical ER safer.
We should be safe.
With the ER rubbered up and ready, Grant's cooked up a unique pair of defibrillator paddles.
Check this out. Right. Clear!
What's with the serrated edges? It's a little scary.
Well, normally the heart paddles don't have serrated edges, but this is a homemade defibrillator, so you have to go with what you can get.
Once Grant's defibrillator is up and running, the plan is to unleash it on some nitro patches placed on a torso, made of that MythBusters favorite, ballistics gel.
Well, that came out easier than I expected.
But before all that, the team first needs to see if Grant's gizmo works. In theory, it's capable of delivering a bigger shock than you'd get from the third rail of the subway track.
Everybody ready?
More than enough to kill you if you're not careful.
3, 2, 1.
Wow, that was great.
Okay.
That was a good one.
I think it's ready.
That goes into your chest?
So Grant's DIY defibrillator is certainly sparking.
Okay, bring on the body.
But for the explosive tests to be valid, it's crucial that his machine has exactly the same capabilities as this, the defibrillator used in ERs up and down the country.
Ding.
Ready to put the heart paddles in?
Yeah.
To find out, the team inserts 2 copper heart paddles in the torso's chest, which are hardwired to an oscilloscope.
Okay, you ready for your test?
It'll register precisely how much juice is jumping, first from the commercial defibrillator.
Everyone clear?
Clear. Got it.
Did you get it?
Yep. We start testing.
Nice!
The oscilloscope is telling me that it had a peak of 4 millivolts. Now, it's also saying is that the event lasted for 2 microseconds. You think I'll get first place in the science fair?
Now they know what they're aiming for. Grant's patty-flipping paddles are attached to the torso to see if his DIY defibrillator can deliver the same result.
This just doesn't look dangerous enough. Should we get some buckets of water to stand in or maybe set off the sprinkler system?
Just put your safety glasses on, Mr. Safety.
Just hope this isn't the before moment.
Oh, we should probably set up the high speed on carry.
Now remember,
1,000 volts,
they built their own defibrillator so as not to wreck the real one.
2,500.
But is it safe to use? Now might be a good time for Carrie's family and friends to turn away.
You're at 4,000. Pull the switch. Turn off power supply.
Okay,
Carrie, are you ready? Everybody clear?
Can I have your toolbox?
3, 2, 1.
She's in
She made it!
Okay, you're good.
I was worried for you for a second.
Yeah, I'm sure when my mom watches this later, she's gonna be like, oh, not again! We just did the first test with Grant's homemade defibrillator, and to say I was a little bit scared going into it. It looks very Frankenstein-y, and we know the laws of physics said not gonna get shocked. I'm holding on to wood, I'm standing on rubber, but can't help the heartbeat going, what if, what if, what if?
The good news is this proves that it does deliver the shock into the ballistics gel body.
Yeah, that's great. How's your heart? Is it still pumping?
Yeah, it's going like...
So Grant's defibrillator has passed. It's as good as the industry standard. It's open season on speedsters. First there was the squad car, then the radar, and now they've raised the bar with speed cameras. Adam and Janie have tried to beat it through speed, but until they get a faster car, that myth's on hold. That leaves plenty of time for viewer myth number 2.
Well, next up is a whole set of products which we call plate blockers. These are things that you would put over your license plate that would obscure it only to the camera when it tried to take your picture. Therefore, they don't know who to send the ticket to.
So what, we just go out and drive by them with this stuff over the plate?
Yeah, actually, not so fast. I think I'd like to try some scale tests out on these guys. Put them down in the shop with my digital camera and my flash and see if I can't get the results that they claim here in the shop.
Adam has 5 plate blocking devices in his sights. All claim to somehow prevent the police paparazzi from tracking you down.
First up is this thing, which supposedly has microcrystals to reflect the camera's flash. See what it does? Here I am. Now I'm gone. Oh my God, where did I go? Oh, here I am.
Adam's clearly unimpressed, and reading the small print doesn't help.
The manufacturer and retailer assume no responsibility for any use or application of this product in violation with any applicable law. Before installing this product, please check your state and local laws and regulations. I'll save you some time. It's probably illegal.
Illegal? Maybe. Effective? Let's see.
This is glitter license plate with the flash on. I don't have any problem reading that. Oh, man. You know, it's funny, but it also makes me really mad. It's ridiculous. Let's do due diligence on this piece of crap and try it from far away.
The thing is, the microcrystals don't seem to be reflecting much at all.
It's pretty much totally readable. I can see it's trying to reflect the light, but it's not succeeding because I can still read California, June, no doubt. I can still read the license plate.
In this case, all that glitters definitely ain't gold. So what about plastic plate blocker number 2?
Oh, I see what it's doing. I'll eat my hat if this is legal in even one state. Oh. I never so slightly side onto this thing. And it's definitely obscuring a couple of the letters of the license plate. There's no doubt about it. And the fact is, they can't search the database by as many letters as they can see on your license plate. They've got you. In fact, this would me off enough to come and find you.
Don't hold back, Adam. Tell us how you really feel. The other plate blockers also failed to impress. There was regular kitchen plastic wrap.
It is not obscured at all.
A tailor-made commercial spray.
Yeah, it's totally readable.
And run-of-the-mill hairspray.
It's clear as day.
All got the Adam Savage seal of disapprovingly.
Granted, this is probably not what they're using professionally, so I can't call it busted on the basis of this, but it really doesn't look good.
So for a definitive test, they'll run the plate blockers past the same setup that's used on the street. The microcrystal glitter plates first up.
Traffic Police 1, glitter obfuscation technique 0. Next up is the lenticular obfuscation technique.
This lenticular thing did obfuscate the license plate more than anything else, but I still don't have high hopes that it'll beat our speed camera.
You got a ticket, buddy. Time to move on to the next one.
That'd be Mr. Savage's makeup call.
Obviously, MythBusters brand hairspray is very important to how I look on set and on television.
But although it looked good on Adam, it didn't cut it with the speed camera. And neither did the commercial spray.
Starting to see a pattern here.
Yeah, plate blocker zip, speed camera 4.
Make that 5 with the plastic wrap.
Clear as a bell.
Clear as a bell, cling wrap is busted.
Not a single one of the plate blockers has worked. So it's plate blockers 0, speed cameras 5.
With the plate blockers well and truly busted, the boys are counting down the viewer's speed camera myths.
You know, we shot so many myths for this episode that the whole thing about being a speed camera by changing lanes isn't going to make the final cut.
Really?
Yeah, but it is available online, and you can see it by going to www.discovery.com/mythbusters.
Later on MythBusters,
Hey, you guys, we got a little problem here.
why electricity and water don't mix.
That seems really, really, really dangerous.
But next, do speed cameras snap birds?
In a dive, the Peregrine's been clocked at 240 miles an hour.
It's enough to make your hair stand on end. Electricity on its own is lethal. Put it near high explosive, and you're just asking for trouble. That's exactly what our brave band of MythBusters are doing.
2, 1.
Nitroglycerin is found in dynamite, but it's also used to treat heart patients. But according to this ER myth, if you hit a nitro patch with an electric shock from a defibrillator, it'll explode. With explosives, electricity, and MythBusters, it's time to move the whole shebang to the bomb-proof backyard bunker.
It's finally time to start our nitroglycerin patch tests. Now we're going to start with the modern nitroglycerin patches. They're the most common to get, and we're going to use one patch, and we're going to defibrillate our patient here at 200 joules.
With a cataclysmic catastrophe on the cards, you're taking no chances. For this one, the ballistics gel torso and Grant's DIY defibrillator are going to be home alone.
We've taken a few safety precautions so that we can do it remotely. We have our paddles. They are clamped to the bodies, and then Grant has the remote trigger outside of the bunker. So we'll set it all up, charge it, we'll get out of the bunker, set it off remotely. So if there is an explosion, none of us get killed.
Sounds good. The only trouble is it's pouring with rain, and the bunker ain't exactly waterproof.
Hey, you guys, we got a little problem here.
What problem? What's going on?
It's raining on my neon transformer, so we need it.
Is that a problem?
Yeah, kinda.
You want an umbrella? Oh, geez.
Something.
That seems really, really, really dangerous.
Yeah, it's not entirely safe. In fact, let me unplug this. Okay.
Diagnosing a problem was easy. Fixing it, well, that's a different story.
If it explodes, it's safer than being in the shop.
Pools of water, massive amounts of electricity. I don't see a danger in that at all.
With the deluge finally diverted, Grant's confident it's safe enough to proceed.
Nitroglycerin patch test. 200 joules in 3, 2, 1. I didn't see any explosions. I didn't see any arcing, anything at all.
No.
We didn't get any explosion at 200 joules. Let's ramp it up to 360. Give it the maximum power.
But cranking the power to the max,
No explosion, guys.
even putting the paddles right on the patch.
It arced, it sparked, it didn't ignite. Well, I think one of the problems here is it's just not going to arc to the plastic. It's just not going to do anything there. And there is an old nitroglycerin patch that has sort of an aluminum in the plastic. Maybe that would arc from the spark.
More conductivity would definitely give it a higher likelihood of arcing.
Should be easy to get a couple of those, no?
Actually, Tori, that's a no. Aluminum-backed nitroglycerin patches were phased out in the 1980s. So, Carrie's making some of her own.
And this is
see?
conductive?
That's what I was going to let you find out for me. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, I'm sure that stun gun Tori's using comes with a warning.
That is cool. Look at that.
Something along the lines of, not a toy,
Look at that burning.
use with caution,
Look, I wrote my name.
keep out of reach of children.
Oh, Tori, are we going to ever have an episode where you don't hurt yourself?
I didn't think it was going to hurt me. Thought I had that one under control.
Also not under control is the weather.
Oh, great. The water level has risen.
Folks, it goes without saying, never, ever, ever try this at home.
Somebody want to get a 2x4 just in case they need to knock us apart?
Perhaps the least lethal thing to happen now would be if Carrie's homemade foil-back patches exploded.
3, 2, 1. You see a spark or anything?
Nope.
See an explosion?
No.
Just like the modern plastic patches, maximum voltage, foil side up, or foil side down.
No reaction.
Even putting the paddles ridiculously close causes no kaboom.
It arced right over that patch, and I didn't see an explosion.
No explosion.
I don't think that the concentration of the nitroglycerin is high enough to actually get any sort of explosion. I mean, that's it. This myth is going down.
The myth may be going down, but it's not over yet. Because when it comes to the MythBusters and explosions, no one goes home
We're
disappointed.
gonna blow that nitro patch up.
You bet we are, buddy.
Still to come on MythBusters.
I'm actually picking it up at about 40 miles an hour.
Caught on radar. But do birds trip speed cameras?
They break D-meters at like 18 Gs.
And the exploding patches myth calls for drastic surgery.
You played doctor before?
Please, don't try anything that you're about to see us do at home. Ever.
Adam and Jamie are getting wrapped up in their quest to beat speed camera myths.
Can someone unwrap me? Turn off the camera and help me get out of this thing.
So far, it seems there's no way to get one over on the super-sensitive speed slayer. But just how responsive are they? It's time to test viewer myth number 3.
You know, I heard once that those speed cameras are so sensitive that they'll pick up a bird flying past them and take a picture of it.
You know, I hate to play devil's advocate on this, but I can't see it working. I think a bird is just too tiny to be picked up by the radar. We should get some trained birds and fly them through the path.
Okay, and maybe a really fast trained bird.